We're learning new details about the former deputy who was fired after the deadly shooting of a black woman in Illinois. Sonia Massey called 911 saying she suspected a possible intruder outside her home. Body camera video shows deputies responding to Massey's house. Shots were fired after she picked up what appears to be a pot of boiling water from her stove. The family says Massey was unarmed. The former deputy, Sean Grayson, has pleaded not guilty to charges, including first-degree murder. He was arrested and remains in custody. Now, new original reporting from NBC News finds Grayson worked for 6 law enforcement agencies since 2020. That's according to Illinois law enforcement records, and even had his own previous run-ins with the law. NBC News national reporter Janelle Griffith is behind this new reporting. So, Janelle, walk us through what exactly you found out about Grayson's past.
So yes, he actually had pleaded guilty twice to driving under the influence of alcohol, once in 2015 and again in 2016. And one of those times overlapped with when he was enlisted in the Army, and he was released shortly thereafter. He was discharged. And he also, I found, at one of those departments had been disciplined for striking a deer in a police chase that sheriff's office had said was his fault. They said that he had violated a number of department policies in the chase, and he had also faced 2 unsubstantiated complaints by 2 citizens, filed by 2 citizens.
So pretty remarkable findings. And I imagine, Janelle, the family has thoughts about this. What have we heard from the Masseys, as well as their lawyer, who, of course, is prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump?
Yes. So Ben and Sonia's family are saying, why was this man allowed to work in law enforcement at all? They said he left the Army under questionable circumstances, and he had been pleaded guilty to 2 DUIs himself. So was he the most suitable person to be in a uniform? And they're calling for accountability. And they believe that had he not been a part of the sheriff's office, that Sonia might still be alive right now.
To that end, really briefly, Janelle, have we heard from the sheriff's office on this, on your new reporting?
No, they have not said. They're actually, his most recent employer is the only one that has not provided me his records. All 5 other departments have gotten back to me with his personnel files, but the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office has not as of yet.
Janelle Griffith, great reporting. Thanks so much.
All right, Shalom. Thought I was saying Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakak Kadash Ma. Double honor to the elder apostles of great millstone of my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Archman that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right, I'm Kalak by Yashar Allah from the Lions in the Yashar Allah camp. And this is not necessarily a news and prophecy, but it's kind of so, but it just goes to show, one, the curses that our people are under; two, the perpetual hatred that Esau has towards Jacob; and three, how this system is designed to uplift Esau and oppress us. Now, we all know that, we're the last ones hired, the first ones fired, and we have to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole to keep to get a job, keep a job, to get promotions, and things like that. It's like the cards are always stacked against us, but you have this guy, right, who this system is designed and set up for, that could have 2 DUIs, back to back, not even within a year apart, get a questionable discharge from the military, and within the past 4 years, he's worked for 6 different law enforcement agencies, and he from what the records were showing, that he was getting fired from those. So the question is, was he a suitable candidate to be wearing a uniform? Now, um, who was it? Was it Apostle, or was it Elder Harold One? I was watching the video. I can't remember who did it, but you know, um, it was said that it used to be the police's job to protect and serve the public. They no longer have to do that. They mainly are protecting and serving the the land, meaning making sure nobody damaged public property, um, and the policies, upholding the policy. They're policy holders, policy officers, right? So that's the only thing they really are to protect. We're paying them. We're paying them tax dollars to protect the laws of the land, not the people. So 9 times out of 10, it goes against especially Jake. We don't stand a chance with the way these set these design and set these policies up, right? So you know, like this situation with this, how how he even said he showed his thing. Like, listen to the title of the article. It says deputy who killed Sonia Massey drew concerns over his aggression and integrity issues in previous jobs. So it's clear to see that this guy had a an issue with anger, and I'm willing to bet my lunch money that it had that been a white woman, he wouldn't have been as aggressive. I mean, that's all part of the curses. Like, ever since, you know, we received that birthright. Um, well, no, even before the birthright, because if you could think about it, if you could see it, um, Cain and Abel are Jacob and Esau, and you know, from the beginning, Abel being accepted with his sacrifice, and Cain being upset because he was rejected. Because why? He got it wrong. Esau's Mr. Can't get right. And that's the way he was made. That's the way he was designed. Um, so it's been from the beginning that this devil has had a perpetual hatred towards us. You know. So this guy, what did he say right before he shot her? He's like, "I'll shoot you dead in the face," or something crazy like that. He said right before he shot the woman. You know, over a pot of water. And I couldn't see if she made an attempt to throw it on him or anything like that. But come on, man. You could have pulled your taser out. This man shot her in the head. Like, that was an agenda. That's what you wanted to do. And he had the nerve to try to so-called show remorse and be like, oh my gosh, like he was, you know what I'm saying? He just shot that woman dead. Now, I don't know what that woman did in her past life, but I know that name who she was calling upon wasn't finna help her. She didn't call upon Yahweh Shai. She called on Jesus. She was calling on Cesare Borgia, rebuking. And Cesare Borgia, the one that shot her, meaning, um, Esau, putting our people are putting their faith and trust in Esau's system, whether it's part of, like, going back to Revelation 16 and 13, I saw three unclean beasts like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon, EU financial system, mouth of the beast, um, the military system, a security system. You can put the law enforcement up under that, and now the false prophet. And this is these religious organizations that our people are blindly, being bamboozled into serving. So that was the mindset she had on. She was thinking about Cesare Borgia coming to deliver her out of that situation. You see, he didn't show up. But how about Shimei Shai is going to show up and protect those that are his from situations like this? Because we're in the belly of the beast, being a part of this system, being in the system that's designed to destroy us mentally, physically, in any way that it can. All right. So let's read a little bit of this article. I'm gonna jump around in it a little bit and get a couple scriptures to close it out. But it says the fire deputy charged with the murder in the fatal shooting of Sonia Massey in Illinois has been reprimanded in previous job over in inaccuracies in his police reports, failure to follow orders from a senior leader, and a perceived lack of integrity. Right. You could tell he has a lack of integrity and no thoughts for human life, no compassion for human life. To be able to draw a gun and shoot somebody in the head like that, just off GP, a pot of water, bro. Like you had it out to do something like that. You had it in you. That was in you. That ain't no. That shows the character of a man that he was. You know, like he ain't shoot her in the shoulder, not boom boom headshot straight up, like instant. And that was judgment on her. You know, but it says the admonishments are in Sean Grayson's personal file from the Logan County, Illinois Sheriff's Office, where he worked for about a year before he joined the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. Sangamon County fired Grayson this month, nearly 2 weeks after he killed Macy in her home after she called police to report a prowler. So she was calling for assistance, being in distress, being a woman in distress, called for assistance and aid from the people that she thought was set up to protect and serve. But that's not the case. That's not what they're there for. Period. So you're giving crazy, deranged individuals like this, excuse me, Salakia, a license to kill. All right. What's on? There's another part in the article. Here. Now it says the records indicate that the Logan County Sheriff's Office and the Auburn Police Department, where he worked from July 2021 to May 2022, and you make it a year, have been aware of issues with his performance, but he still got man. This man was jumping from job to job, getting more jobs where he was allowed to carry guns, and it's obvious that he has a substance abuse problem dealing with alcohol with the two DUIs that he got back to back. So what type of psychological evaluation are they giving these individuals when they give them a gun and a badge? You know, here it is where if you commit a felony. It could be just a simple possession felony, nothing violent at all. You're not even allowed to, as a citizen, you're stripped of your what? Was it Second Amendment right? Whatever amendment, Fifth Amendment? No, Second Amendment right to bear arms. One of them amendments. You're stripped from your civil rights as a citizen, right? But this individual um clearly has a substance abuse problem, like I just said, has been given the authority to walk around and carry a gun to use it as his preference. And you've seen what his preference was in this display of action on this police call. It's not like anybody called the police on this young woman. She called the police seeking help from them. And this is what happened, you know? And it just goes back to the perpetual hatred that Esau had towards Jacob, man. Um, really ain't much more. Mm, so, all right, let's get to this part. It says others will say we have no. Wait, hold on. Because they're talking about all this misconduct that this he was lying, like uh lying in police reports, like putting false information in police reports and stuff like that. And he was actually they had a couple meetings, um, and they reprimanded him about that. So I don't know if they're not checking these the background, because they checked the hell out of the background on Jake when we applied for job, you know. You can't know in hell you can tell me that if Jake would have got that job with the background that he had, you know. All right, so let's get Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Right, because America gives this devil authority to do what he does. Like, look at all the innocent Jake. Not necessarily, I wouldn't say innocent. Jake got this shit with us, but we represent the innocent because we ain't out here trying to. It's not like how we're out here trying to. We got a target on Esau. And we trying to take him out. That's no. It's the other way around. This whole system is targeting us, trying to take us out, man. But it's a trap for them because Yahweh Shimei Shai set them up to be the ones to persecute us like that, you know. And Yahweh Shimei Shai has a judgment coming to him. All right. Ezekiel 35:2, it says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Mount Seir is in Edom, and that represents America today. It says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord. We're talking about Esau in general. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. So that's what they're trying. They're trying to stretch out their hand on us to make us desolate, but the Lord is going to flip that and turn that around on them. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. All right? That's how they're going to find out who Yahweh Shem Yahushai is. We find out through his mercy. Esau's going to find out through his wrath. All right? It says, and this is why, one of the reasons why it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword. Mind they sword is a gun. And time of their calamity, and the time their iniquity had an end. Like we're coming to the end of our punishment, but this devil is just still, going hammer time. You know. So the Lord said, prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquities of their fathers. The Lord has a judgment coming to the devil, man. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Right. Since you got a thirst for blood, the Lord's gonna make you drink it. Your own blood. The scripture says he has a sacrifice in Basra, you know? All right. So let me see. Let me see. Let's go to Obadiah real quick before I finish out the Ezekiel. All right. All right. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So that's the judgment that's coming to this place, man. And coming to Esau, really, you know. All right, so the Lord's gonna cut him off forever. Shame, he ain't shameful for what he doing now, but the Lord's gonna make him feel that way, you know. It says Ezekiel 35:5 again, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Right, we're into the end of our punishment, and this devil is still going hammer time, like going even worse. But the Lord's going to harden his heart, just like how he hardened Pharaoh's heart. It says, verse 6, it says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee, man. Right? So you want to be bloodthirsty? Yahweh Shimei Shai gonna make you drink all you can drink of your own blood. Verse 7 it says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. All right, and I will fill his mountains with his slain. So that all right. So yeah, so all this system that's set up, this government system, the Lord's going to destroy all that. It says, with his slain men in thy hills and thy valleys, in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. And that's the judgment, right? And I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So this place ain't never going to be inhabited again. This system is never going to be erected again. Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to destroy it all, and it's a judgment for Esau. All right, so his hatred is going to show even more as we get closer to the end, man. It says that's why, all right, Revelation 12:7 says, well, let's get it. Revelation 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right. The elect are rejoicing in the heavens right now, even though we're physically here on the earth. Right. And the angels are rejoicing. As woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have a short time. So as this devil shows his horns, and the Lord's hardened his heart, um, Yahweh Shem Yahshai are protecting those um from this devil and this system that are his. All right. Lord willing, this lesson edify and serve his purpose with that, like Sakah, Halayim, like Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem, Harakak Wadash, by Ma. Double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone, my elder Herod as well. Salutations to the Akim that puts in the truth, sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.